Sorry for the slight delay, everyone. I will be right back. We'll be starting in about 30 seconds or so. All right, there we go. Thank you for your patience, everyone. All right. Hello, Soul Commodore, back at you again with some more art, and I've got some sun in my face, but that's all right, because it's a sunny day. Hope you all are doing well. Today, in this final stream for the next 2 weeks, because I will be going on my honeymoon with my lovely wife, we are going to do some drawing. I'm going to zoom in a little on this camera, yeah, if it'll let me. Use my hands. There we go. Now we'll get less of the background. But yeah, we're going to be doing some drawing here. And this is another piece that's going to be included in the show Anybody But Myself, which hasn't got a home yet, but we're doing all the prep work. So let me stop this from shaking as best as I can. And let's get to the drawing board. All right, where is my pencil? There it is. And I'm just looking through my reference photos to make sure I've got the photo that I want. But I am seeing if there's a better one. Seeing it, so I think we're just going to go with this. All right. Okay. Once again, you get to see how the sausage is made. And if you don't like sausage, well, that's too bad. All right. One more place I'm gonna look. Okay, we'll roll with this for right now. Okay. So, please excuse me if I'm not looking at the camera at you guys. I will be looking at my other monitor for these reference photos. The best thing to do, sketch out where the head's going to be, which is going to be right about here. And even though these faces are going to end up obscured, again, I don't want to just leave the face completely blank. I am still going to landmark it. few features in, just so that we have a good sense of set face. But I hope y'all are having a good Thursday so far. Brought in lunch at work today, so like for everyone to share, which was really nice. Some vegetarian samosas, which were very, very tasty. Very tasty indeed. So we're just going to leave the head basically blank like this for right now. Like I said, I am going to landmark a few things, just like the brow here. The cheekbone. All kind of stuff here. Just like so. And do more details on the ear in a minute. But for now, I just want to lay this down. Okay. Now, as with all of these drawings, this figure here is the one who's going to have their face distorted because it's actually facing the camera. This figure is actually facing the camera, so that's the rule for these pieces. Draw on the collar here. Yeah, I hope your Thursday hasn't been too stressful. I know midweek, especially if it's been a long week, Thursday tends to hit hard for me. Just kind of end up kind of tired and sluggish right around Thursday. Part of this. It's going to end right about here. Maybe a little lower, actually. Just a little bit. slightly longer torso. One thing that I've found with doing a lot of this figure work, um, it's very difficult um, to find pictures online without being a kind of a creep about it, of like people who aren't posing, right? Because that's the whole conceit is posed pictures and whatnot. So what I like about a lot of my photos that I've taken, a lot of the reference photos that I work off of, the photos that I take, is the vast majority of them are candid pictures. You know, sort of harkening back to like when in the olden times when you would have a disposable camera, right? As opposed to a camera phone, and you just kind of snapped pictures and whatever you got, right? There was no like redoing them and, you know, 10 times, 20 times to try and get the perfect shot. It was like you used up your film roll, and whatever shots you got, that's what you got to work with. It's how I kind of work with these photos is I just snap pictures, and whatever I get without having to wait like an hour to see how the pictures turned out. But I feel like when you capture people when they're candid like this, um, it makes for more compelling photos. Especially if they are, I mean, I'm not showing any smiles here, but especially if they are smiling or showing any emotion like that, you know? Because as nice as someone's smile might be, a posed smile is still, just by the nature of it, a little bit forced. Um, because you're posing for the camera, right? And even if you are like genuinely happy in that photo, um, it still doesn't quite capture the essence of like someone who's genuinely like smiling or genuinely like laughing at someone's joke at a cookout or something like that, or you know, stuff like that. It doesn't quite hit the same. I like capturing these more candid moments. Now I'm just working on the shorts. Hoping that I've got things the way I want them. Yo, Elle, welcome in. How are you? Doing well today. Always a pleasure to see you. Leafy? Fair. I was just saying how I was hoping that everyone's Thursdays went well, because I know that usually if I've had like a long week, Thursday is when it really hits me, like just how tired I am. Just because it's almost the weekend, but not quite, you know? So I feel you. I feel you. Most definitely. That, oh, it's sunglasses. That's what's in his pocket. Yo, Squid, bringing a 4-day work week. I agree. I agree. Yeah, a 2-day weekend is not long enough, especially not anymore. Now that I'm getting older, got too much stuff I want to do. I had a moment earlier with or I guess it was yesterday with my wife where I had a. It doesn't happen too often, but it happens to everyone once and again where you forget that you have plans, and you forget the plans that were made. And she said that a friend of hers accidentally double booked herself to go see Rocky Horror, a production of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Um, so two of our other friends are going to go instead. And I was like, oh, all right, that's fair. You all should have a good time with that. What is that, tomorrow? Um, and then she, yo, the great eyebrows. Thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. Welcome on in. I hope you enjoy your stay. Um, Thank you very much for the follow. Since you're a new follow, I will just say again, I mean, thank you again for the follow, but you'll probably see me go dark for the next 2 weeks. There won't be any streams because I will be on a honeymoon with my wife, but the week of June 3rd, we'll be starting right back up with art streams and some game streams, so uh, don't feel like a don't feel like you followed, then all of a sudden I disappear off the face of the earth. Now I'll just be on my honeymoon. But thank you very much appreciated. Um, so I was my wife had mentioned that two of our friends are gonna go to Rocky Horror with her, and I was like, oh, you all should have fun with that. And then she gave me a look, like kind of a confused look, and I said, oh, am I coming along on that? Because it completely skipped my mind. Like I just completely forgot. And she's like, "Yeah, you're coming." I was like, "Oh, okay, okay. Well, so I guess I'll see them then." And I think the reason why it skipped my mind is because honeymoon in Chatham. Oh no, no, not Chatham. No, no, no. We're going to Banff. I'm supposed to go with my wife places. Well, here's why I think it went out of my mind, and this may be blasphemy. I hope you have a good dinner. Hope you have a good dinner. Thank you for the lurk. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Thank you very much for the lurk, L. I appreciate it. I hope dinner's very delicious. Um, Now, like I said, this may be blasphemous, and I apologize to anybody who may disagree. But that's what makes the spice of life. Disagreements. Not major disagreements on like human rights and stuff, but like little disagreements like this. I cannot stand the Rocky Horror Picture Show because I don't like musicals anyway. And this one, like I've watched it multiple times, and it just does not click with me. I just can't. I don't know why. It's got Rent vibes, and I don't really like Rent either. Well, like I said, I don't like musicals. Um, but it's almost it's like too bombastic. It will be fun to see the audience because I know audiences go crazy during Rocky Horror Picture Show. So it'll be fun to experience that and to participate in that. But in terms of like watching the production itself, I hope it's done well. I really hope it's done well because I mean, as much as I don't like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, um, it has nothing to do with the performances or anything like that. Because I mean, in the original, Tim Curry knocks it out of the freaking park. Like that's an amazing performance. I just don't particularly like the movie or the plays that I've seen that are, riffing off the movie. Uh, but we'll see. Maybe this will be the time that I walk out of there and I'm like, oh, you know what? I enjoyed that quite a bit. You know, who knows? That's what I hope happens. But yeah, I've just never been a fan of musicals. But I think that's why it slipped my mind that I was going because um, I agreed to it, but I didn't remember agreeing to it. But that's okay. It'll be fun to spend time with my wife and our friends anyway. You know. But yeah, Squid, we're going off to Banff. It should be a good time, I think. Very much looking forward to it. Not so much looking forward to the flight because I still get nervous on planes. I'm not a huge fan of them, but ain't nothing you can do about that. If you want to go to Banff, you got to get on a plane. Set up a little. There we go. That looks a little bit more like an arm. Vascularity in here. This particular figure is fairly vascular. Good enough for now. Looks pretty good to me. And now we'll do the rest of the shorts, which will come down to about here. Wow, since I've had to draw a knee. It has been a hot minute. I usually don't do a whole lot of lower body stuff. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Oh, I should say that this week has been surreal too because it's my last week at my current job. I'll be starting a new job when we get back from my honeymoon, actually. Um, Same kind of actually it's a little bit of a different job, but um, in the same kind of purview. So looking forward to the start of that. I'll be commuting. Hey, thanks, Squid. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'll be working in the same. Well, actually, I'll be doing the same job and in the same office as my wife. But we'll be on different teams because you want to keep some separation uh, as far as that goes. But um, yeah, it's exciting. Something new. So I get to, for the first time in my life, I get to have like a little vacation before I start a new job. Well, I mean, a vacation in which I'm paid, a paid vacation, because I'm very lucky in that I've got a kind of job that is does have paid vacation. I know a lot of people don't. You know what? I don't quite like how those legs turned out, so I think we're going to forget what the image says, and we're just going to give this figure pants because I don't like how those legs turned out at all. Yeah, we're just going to give this figure some pants. A little more basic, but that's okay. I think that's a better option anyway. Yeah. Just throwing some wrinkles in here. All right. Like I said, the figure's head is going to have some sort of alteration done to it. This particular image is actually going to be fairly scarce in terms of figures. We're just going to have the two over here, and then the one just coming into frame over here on the right. But I'm going to sit back, take a little drink as the sun shines on my forehead. I'll open up a program so that I can make these reference images black and white, because I forgot to do that originally. Escape. There we go. Same with you. File does not exist or is unreadable. Oh. It's because they're HEIC. Okay. Okay, we're going to do something on the internet real quick. Then we're going to convert these to JPEGs. And then we'll do that. Bear with me for a second, y'all. Dun, dun, doo, 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 doo. 2 and 3. All right, there we go. Now those are converted. And I just need to download these. And in Photoscape. I could use Photoshop, but Photoscape I like because one, it's a free program. And two, it's for something quick like this, it's easier to get to and just be like, change this image. Like, the interface is cleaner, I find. So, make this black and white. Save. Save. Black and white. Save. Save. And finally, black and white. Save. Save. Cool. Now I'll just open those images back up. I'm still getting used to the office life again after 8.5 years of self-employment. Ooh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that would be quite the transition back. Yeah, that would definitely take some adjusting. Most definitely. I just realized I didn't do anything on this figure's neck, which I should do that now. That up completely. Let's fix that. There we go. Ooh, I just realized you all couldn't even see what I was doing. I'm bad for that. I apologize. All right. Ripples here. Like so. On this side, we just got a couple here. This way. Here. All right, that should do it. Yep. Cool. All right, let me get my little charcoal kit with all my charcoal pencils and charcoal sticks and all that good stuff. As I fail to not bump the camera. Apologies. Wait, what do you think the toughest thing to adjust to was to going back into the office? Sure, there were definitely things that were difficult to adjust to. Let's take another drink. Now what is my computer doing? Hold on. Sorry, everyone. I'm just my computer wants me to update to 11 again. Windows 11. Sorry about that. 11's okay if you have 16 plus gigs of RAM. Oh, that's fair enough. I don't remember how much RAM I have. I think I have at least 16, but don't hold me to that. It's been a while since I've looked up the specs of my laptop. What is that? RE? Um, is that an abbreviation for something? Uh, like in terms of like what the hardest thing, what's been the biggest adjustment to make? Oh, fair. Ah, well, welcome back. Welcome back. I definitely caught that you had oh, Zennial online. Oh man, I've I gotta brush up on that. Clearly. No, I guess before you would from the BBS days. Ah, fair, fair. No, I was just wondering. I was just curious. What you felt the most, not even the most difficult, but what's been the biggest adjustment going back into the office after being self-employed? So I imagine that's quite the adjustment to make. People, especially as an introvert, fair, fair. I've joked with my friends because I'm not like a socially awkward introvert personally. I know there are plenty that are, but there are plenty that aren't. Um, and I'm one of those. I'm not a socially awkward introvert. Um, but I'm the the classic definition of introvert in which like my social battery runs out and it's like, all right, I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to go home. Right? I recharge when I'm by myself or just with my wife rather than uh you know um recharging when I'm around people. Um, oh, inept managers. Fair. Um, I definitely recharge more when I'm by myself. Um, so, I've joked with my friends that listen, I'm not saying that I wouldn't be affected negatively by it, right? Because humans are by and large social creatures. Even if you're an introvert, you're probably at least in one way or another social. I'm not saying that it wouldn't f me up over the long run, but I feel like I would deal with solitary confinement better than most. uh, so like you saying people, especially as an introvert, reminds me of like when I was like when I go into the office. Like usually I'm in a very quiet corner, and everyone's like, "Oh man, like it's so quiet over here," and I'm like, "It's heavenly." Because I can just listen to my music or my podcast in my headphones and just tune out everyone out and just let me do my work, and then I can leave. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful setup. Sounds dreamy, yeah, yeah. Um, and I think eventually it would affect you negatively, but I think I would be able to last longer than most people. But I never want to find out. I never want to find out. So I'm not about to go on any crime sprees. All right, so we've got our little piece of paper here that will help prevent smudging. And I'm going to put this over here. And I'm going to grab my blending stumps. And then we'll get to actually filling this in. If I can find my other blending stumps. Where did they go? I just need the super tiny one. Oh, y'all want to see a really busted up blending stump? I've used this one so much that it's like cracking and bending. Yeah, that one's got some good wear in it. But it still works. It still works. Which is why I haven't gotten rid of it. If I could just find my super tiny blending stump, that would be wonderful. That's it. You know, an organized streamer would have found it before the stream so that he didn't have to do this on stream, but thankfully we don't have one of those around. As I get older, I have less tolerance for BS and energy vampires. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, there are definitely some people who like suck all the energy out of you. Oh, there it is. It's on. It was on my little stand here. There we go. But yeah, my tolerance for BS has also gotten fairly low. A lot of that was due to the pandemic, really. Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands because I don't want to be touching this pristine sketch with hands that look like this. So I'm gonna wash my hands real quick and then we'll start drawing. Like filling in with the charcoal. Ah. All right, there we go. All right. Now, let's do it to it. Maybe when I start this new job and I get that first paycheck, I'll splurge and get a better webcam. Like an actual external webcam that isn't awful. Like this one is. Lagging all the time. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. So that broke the lead. Which of course means that the lead probably would have broken anyway. Okay, so we're going to start with this figure over here on the right. Well, left. should say. There really isn't a whole lot to the shading other than with the hair and of course the ear. Eye here. Just to put some of that shadow in. Super dark though. There we go. Some sunglasses on top of the head. I still find hair very tricky to draw, although I found that it's harder to actually paint than draw. Just from the properties of the medium. You know, all this stuff that I've been putting together for this perspective show, I don't know, for some reason, once again, it's got me digging through a bunch of stuff and making me feel all nostalgic and all that. And had me thinking of something that I haven't thought about in a very long time. Now, I was a little not too old, but I was a little older by this point in my life. But any of you who might happen to be American, because I don't know if they had it on, or Canadian, I should say, because I don't know if they had it on American TV. Did any of you remember Treehouse TV? Because I got thinking about that, and I got thinking about, in particular, this show that used to be on there that was like a bunch of, it's called Ants in Your Pants, and it was like a bunch of like music videos for like children's entertainers, where they would, you know, have music videos for basically kids songs. And Treehouse TV, unlike YTV or you know, the Family Channel and everything, was geared more toward older kids such as myself. Treehouse TV was geared more for people my sister's age, who was like, she's 5 years younger than me. And it had like Teletubbies on it, and like, you know, and then of course you can't forget Teletoon, which was there's a bunch of weird cartoons on there. But yeah, Treehouse TV was meant for like preschoolers and like little kids, like basically from like I would say geared for like toddlers all the way up to like grade maybe like two. Um, but I did like Ants in Your Pants. I did like that. And then they had a show called We Three that again was a little bit too kiddie for me at that point. They also had classics like um, Blue's Clues, but some of the shows were a little bit too kiddie for me at the time. But even We Three had a. It was when that show ended. It was very cozy because like all the characters would like tuck themselves in at night and shut off the light and then the credits would roll. It was very cozy, cozy feeling. I remember my mom when and I should remember to write this down because every year on my mom's birthday and on Mother's Day and all that, I like to post a memory of her that I have. And one memory I have of hers is she would get very nervous about weather, especially severe weather. So she would often have us like sleep um, in our back living room so that if a storm did get too intense, instead of all of us being upstairs, we would be that much closer to the basement. Um, so I remember to help us all fall asleep, she would often put on the Weather Network because the Weather Network, when it would do like its uh, updates every 10 minutes, um, it had like really like nice like kind of like elevator type music. What a lot of people would garner as like old school lo-fi beats, right? Um, that's how they would describe it now. But it was really funny because it was also doubling as her like being able to like check on the weather, right? But it was also like kind of like a lullaby for us. So it was really it ended up being fun, and I got to remember to write that down. Stumbled upon it, but it was a couple of generations too late for me. Yeah, same. The only reason, honestly, that we ever put on Treehouse TV is because my sister's 5 years younger than me, and she would have been that age. Um, they had freaky TVO kids shows when I was young. Fair, fair. Like what kind of shows we talking? We talking about like Today's Special and Polka Dot Door, or even earlier than that. Um, because I remember Today's Special really, really well. They had an episode on Today's Special that was like super freaky. For those of you who don't know, Today's Special was about um, a bunch of puppet. Well, I mean, there was like a mouse, and they were all puppets basically, with the exception of some of the actors. They actually had like live actors on there. Um, but it was about a bunch of mice and other critters and a night watchman and some people who worked at this particular mall after after it closes, right? And they had an episode where the mall caught on fire, and that episode freaked me right out when I was a kid. Man, oh man. Oh, I remember read all about it. Yeah, yeah. I remember a show that I thought was going to be a lot spookier than it was, and it kind of bummed me out. Was Ghost Rider. I mean, just given the name, you think it was going to be like kind of spooky, but it never was. It always disappointed me as far as that went. But yeah, I was reminiscing about that a little bit today. Well, not just today, but like while I've been putting a lot of this stuff together. Good memories. I think good memories are important. I mean, obviously they're important, but I know some people who don't like thinking of the old times because it reminds them that they're getting older. And it's like, well, I mean, you only got one choice when it comes to that, because like we're all gonna get older. Like it's gonna age backwards. And like I totally understand uh, the trepidation about you know getting older and aging, and it's like, but yeah, I totally understand that. But you can only go but one way. Either that or you're underground. Oh, I think my wife just got home. Was that her? Yeah, I think that was her. All right. All right, now what to do with this coat? Because I think I'm gonna make this almost like it's a dress. So it's gonna be like dark all the way down. Which means I want to make the coat a lighter color. But first, let me kind of get a border on this. Okay, there we go. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. I'm just looking at it on my on OBS here because it gives me a good kind of like overview. I think it looks pretty good. This coat, let me see if I can open up the original image. What I wanted to do. Okay, so let's see. Do that again, isn't it? Of course. Okay. Do that. There we go. Okay. Now let's see what we can do with this. Oh, that's part of the coat in the original photo. Okay, that's all right. Huh. This part that I filled in down here, in the original photo, that was part of the coat that my wife has wrapped around her waist. Then I made it into a... But you know what, that's all right. That's all right. We'll keep it as a skirt. And then we'll kind of add some lines here to suggest that it's wearing pantyhose, and then we'll kind of like shade those in to resemble pantyhose, where it's going to be like dark on the edges. Down. Pop. Yeah. Okay, now for this coat. What I basically want to do is I just want to get in where the dark shadows are. And then from there, we can kind of lighten up the color of the coat. It doesn't have to stay like super dark. That broke. We'll use a different one. Yeah, I just kind of want to get in the dark shadows. This one that's under. toss some up here. Oh man, this just crossed my mind. My wife and I on Mother's Day um, went out to eat. Um, I we had done something in the morning. I think it was like yard work, and to celebrate our hard work, we went out to eat, um, and we went to this local place. And man, did it ever remind me of a restaurant that we used to go to when I was younger. Like my mom worked at it. It was called Glitters, and it was my favorite restaurant in the world. And it closed down. They, they said it closed down because of COVID, but really it was because the management, because it came under new management, and of course they didn't know how to run a restaurant, so they kind of ran it into the ground and then had to like fire everyone and you know close down the restaurant, which is really unfortunate. A lot of fantastic memories in Glitters. Um, but this new place, like even when we walked in, like its whole mystique is like that it's supposed to be like a pub, like an Irish pub, but it has an amazing menu, had really good food, had a chicken sandwich that I was like, man, oh man, this is one of the best chicken sandwiches I've ever had. And just really, really, really good atmosphere in there. And like when we walked in, I was like, this smells exactly like Glitters, because Glitters had a certain like smell. It was a good smell, but it had a certain smell to it. And it was just wonderful. And Glitters is the only restaurant I've been in up until now that smelled like that. So I was very pleased. And on top of all that, the prices were extremely reasonable, which never happens. But these prices actually were like very reasonable. Which yeah, feels like it never happens because it never does. But yeah, no, this was a good experience. It's called the Portly Piper. Definitely be hitting that up too when we get back. I did the one thing I didn't want to do. I had a little highlight on these sunglasses, show that they were sunglasses, and I told myself, don't fill in that white space. And then I immediately filled in that white space. Bring in a white charcoal pencil and put that white space back in. Like so. So I'm just using my blending stump now to kind of fill in some areas. Maintaining the highlights while also giving, basically putting in more grays and adding more dimension to the image, rather than just being a stark black and white, which isn't quite the look I'm going for. All right, so we'll move back over to, I think what we'll do is we'll finish this figure and then I think I'll call it a stream, because I do, believe it or not, have to start packing. Because, believe it or not, I haven't started doing that yet. They don't call me old procrastinator Brown for nothing. Yeah, adding all these gray tones just kind of adds a lot of dimension to the piece that you may get otherwise. So, now we'll move on down here. Have another exhibition in mind? Yeah, actually, that's kind of what we're working on here. Um, is all new works for a new exhibition entitled "Anybody But Myself." Um, it's going to be all about you know people like myself, who have struggled with self-esteem and sense of self and who we are and the ways in which we try to hide ourselves, and um, situations where we've tried to hide ourselves with varying degrees of success, and um, basically all that kind of stuff. That's kind of the focus of the show. Now, whether I pull all that off or not, that's the question. But ostensibly that's what it's about. Whether I successfully convey all of that, well, that's a different story. um, the exhibition also doesn't have a home yet. I'm just kind of creating it in the hopes that it'll get displayed somewhere. But as of right now, uh, and I mean, it's not ready for it to be shown anywhere yet. So that's okay. It's not exhibition ready quite yet. But eventually. I need to switch over to the color photo. This. Okay. I'm surprised we're actually almost done shading this figure. I was prepared for it to take much longer. We all get surprised from time to time. Well, we might as well shade the shirt while we're here. Okay. That one I may have to go over the wrinkles a little bit with an eraser. Same with these wrinkles here down in the skirt or the bottom part of the dress. But at least it still gives it a little bit of a dimension. Okay. And now for these pantyhose, this is going to be the first time I ever try something like this, so see if I do it right. Okay. I'll just try and do that again. Hey, Elle, welcome back. Welcome back. Actually, one of the biggest shocks about going back to work again is shaving again. Ah, fair, fair. How was dinner, Elle? I hope it was tasty. You used to just run hair clippers over the beard area? Fair. Delicious. You did a good job. Excellent. Excellent. What'd you make? Out of curiosity. All right. That's one figure done. Tacos. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Preferred taco filling? Call me basic, but I like your classic meat, cheese, and lettuce. Maybe some peppers and maybe some hot sauce. And I like to drizzle a little honey. Actually, well, I like honey on everything, but I like to drizzle a little honey on my tacos. And then, of course, right there it is. Shredded chicken taco with onions and salsa and cheese. Nice, nice. But that's not what I made because shredding chicken takes forever. It does, actually. Shredded chicken takes forever. Maybe I'll buy one of those spinny things to shred it fast and make your roommate do it. There you go. That's right. You outsource it. So he's tall, so we can really push down and get the leverage. This is looking great, by the way. Oh, thank you, thank you. So this is the whole piece so far. Drapery on the skirt is nice. Thank you very much. So that's there's only going to be 3 figures in this particular drawing, and we got one of them done. Yeah, this is it's looking all right. I think what I might do is we might do this figure last, because it's going to be the most extensive, and I kind of want to get it all done in one piece, but we're not going to be able to get that done in 20 minutes. So instead, we will do the figure over here on the far left, or far right, I should say. Directionally, not politically. There we go. Signature. Yeah. So same as we did with the figure over here on the left. We basically start with the super dark stuff, and then shade in using our blending tool. We put in all of the midtones, and we leave the whites as white as we possibly can. Just put in all the darkest tones. This one, we're actually going to do some detail on the shirt. Some kind of pattern going. And I actually lied. I'm not going to have the cinch in there, going all the way down. So. And we'll get our blending tool again. And now we will start, actually on the face, I'm going to do the small little blending tool. Go. Just continue with this small little blending stump because it's worked so far. And if it ain't broke, don't break it. We'll just continue using it. Okay. And that's a short little song. Now we'll expand out to using the larger one. But hey, sometimes all you need is a short little song. Sometimes you don't have that much to say. Now we are going to fix this up in terms of the blending because I don't want quite this dark, but I do want to define this arm separate to separate it from the from just the white stark background. Like this dark. So we'll fix that in just a second. This part in the shadow can be that dark. Sometimes you get charcoal where you don't want it. Right in here. Opening a new one? No, we must keep those mint and package collector's item. Well, we lose this one. Yeah. Exactly, you get it. There we go. Do you still want your own Discord? Ah, yes, that's one of the many things that got put on the back burner with what with moving and everything. But yes, yes, eventually we shall sit down and go over how to do that. Because you so graciously offered, I will still graciously accept. That'll probably be a post-honeymoon thing. Anytime, man. I just wasn't sure if you wanted to do it. Yeah, no, I do. I do. It's time, I think. Especially now that I'm starting to stream back to the back with the regularity that I used to. So, yeah, it's definitely a thing I want to do. All right, there we go. It's a productive day. We got one figure completely sketched in, and we got another figure, or another two figures, completely colored in. Thank you, Elle. I appreciate that. I'm just gonna lighten this just a tad. Yeah, not too shabby. Not shabby at all. Okay, let me throw these back in to my charcoal bag. As well as these here. And we'll put this here so we remember it for next time. Will your new job still have some work from home days? Yeah, yeah. As it stands right now, we'll still have 2 days, 2 days in the office, and then the rest of the week working from home. So, not too bad. They are trying to see if they can get people in 3 days a week, but I'm not sure that that's gonna. I think there might be. Well, I don't want to say there will be a strike, but it's not what people agreed to. So I think there might be. Sold back in my streams, maybe? Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately, most of the time when you're streaming as it stands right now, I'm because of what my in-office days are. I'm driving home from work while you're streaming, but I'm definitely there in spirit, and soon I will be in there. Like actually. But with that, friends, I think it is about that time where I say goodbye to you for 2 weeks, because that's just how it be. But no, I hope the honeymoon. Well, not I. It's not. I hope the honeymoon goes well. I know the honeymoon will go well. But yeah, just won't see you all for a little bit. But Yeah, so the way that's working is we leave on Sunday, and then basically I'll be gone until the 31st of May. Um, but I may post some pictures to Blue Sky and Twitter so that you all can see. Might definitely gonna do some pictures and stories on Instagram and stuff, so you all can look there too. Um, but yeah, that's this is the last stream for 2 weeks. I'll redo my whole stream times for you. Oh well, thank you. Thank you, Squid, and thank you, Elle. We will have a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, this will be the last stream until after May 31st. I'm gonna try and keep it to Mondays. The Tuesday streams are actually gonna move to Wednesdays. Um, and then Thursday will stay the same, and then same on the weekend, Sundays usually. But I'm gonna post like a full like schedule and all that once I get back. But I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, fantastic rest of your week, and yeah, we'll see you after the 31st. And yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful intervening 2 weeks. All right. Thank you again, everybody, for coming in. Great eyebrows. Thank you very much for the follow. We're almost at 300 followers, 269 now. So that's insane. But we're going to go raid 8-Bit Blues, who's playing some Hollow Knight. So take it easy, everyone, and we will see you soon. All right. Bye, y'all.